Hi everybody and welcome back to Fusion Fossils. Since I'm pre-recording all episodes of this series, I don't know if you enjoyed the first episode or not, but I certainly hope so. Last time we fused Kabuto and Omanyte and defused a Aerodactyl. Since Generation 2 has no fossil Pokemon, we will skip right to Generation 3 with the Root and Claw fossils, aka Lileep and Anorith. I used the head of Lileep and it instantly looked like a new snail-like Pokemon, so I made a few adjustments and just went with it. The hardest part was the perspective of the body, since I wanted it to basically look a snail that is coming out of its shell, or house, I don't know how you call it. At the same time, the shell looks a bit like the head of a magician, or I'm crazy, I don't know. It's definitely weird looking, but yeah. I kept the eye-looking pattern on the shell, but added some more patterns on the eyes because they looked a bit too empty. Originally, I went with the color scheme of the fusion, which were basically just Lileep's colors, until I realized I didn't really use any elements of Anorith besides the eyes, and those are kinda generic to be honest. So I decided to switch up the colors and use Anorith's primary colors green and red. Since I like snails a lot, they're actually my favorite animals, I wanted to do this design justice, and I'm really happy how it turned out in the end. Even though it is a snail and should be on the ground, it will be moving around by flying, which may be a surprise, but yeah. And here it is, Anoliep, a psychic type. It uses its psychic energy to move around floating. In battles, it drops itself on the head of its opponents to confuse them. It either tries to get stuck on its head or knock them out. Let's take a look at the second fusion. So for this fusion I again used Lileep's body, but I added more Anorith parts like the legs and feathers. At first I went with a more goofy approach, but I quickly dropped that and made a more edgy or serious looking design. I took a more free route for the redraw than before, since the fusion looked really crude and less polished than the one for Anoliep. It was just the starting off point for this design. At first I sketched a rough body shape, but made sure the feathers looked perspectively right from the beginning. They, to be honest, look a bit creepy to me, like some teeth sticking out of a face. I know that Anorith and Lileep already have the fake eye theme going on, but I accidentally made basically the same concept again. The whole back of this creature is basically a scarecrow with teeth and red glowing fake eyes. Not that the rest of the body isn't creepy, but the back is the first thing opponents see and will probably already scare them off before this mon has to do anything. Not sure if it was lazy to basically keep the concept of the original fossils, but it's working, so yeah. Here it is, Lilirith, a pure dark type. I didn't expect this design to turn out this creepy, but yeah, it did. These fake men live mostly in caves where they hang from the ceiling. Truly a horrifying experience for any trainer who may run into them. So these are the fusions for the Generation 3 fossils. I know it's a lot shorter than the first video, but also we have one fossil fake mon less. Which one do you prefer, and would you catch these if you could? Please leave a like and subscribe to not miss any of my future projects. I hope you enjoyed this episode and will tune in for the next one soon. See you in the comments.